Well, folks, now we're going to look at the bookshelf. I have quite a bit of yarn on the bookshelf. A lot of it is just various pieces of yarn, um, leftovers from other projects that I've made. And of course, there are two projects here that I need to finish. This is my knit sweater, that knit comfy sweater. And this is the one that I started many years ago. Thomas was still alive. So it's probably 2019 I started it. So I need to work on that and get it finished. This is a skein leftover ice bulky yarn or chunky yarn that I had made a couple of hats for. So I'll probably make a couple more hats for Operation Christmas Child out of that. This skein is one of the Nicole Stitch Studios. This was left over from one of the previous projects, and it is in gentle white. And you'll see another gentle white there in that tote bag there that was left over from the blues that I was making. This I'm actually going to move and put it with the 5 cakes that I'm making the out of the tote that I'm making with that freelance yarn. So I'm going to put that with that, and I'll probably move that with that one and with that as well, just in case I need it. This little tote has, I think, just 2 blues in it that need to be moved back with some blues, and then the gentle white there, the leftover. So that'll go, like I said, towards the freelance. In this, I have a lot of cotton yarn. So those will probably most likely go for making hacky sacks, or maybe some whatchamacallits, frisbees. Some of the expression frisbees. This is some of that leftover blue yarn that I had when I was making the blue blanket. So that will go into the back room with the blues, and there's some of the, found a little roll of purple that needs to be, wound up, that kind of thing. And I see that one that's on the bottom, the different colors, that is a, I believe it's camo blue stripes from Hobby Lobby. And I believe I have a couple of skeins in the back, so that'll go back with that. And then I have a full cake of the sweet roll. I have another sweet roll in the back that is a partial that it will need to be put together with that. I have this little basket here. I have a lot of the greens that I'd planned with some of the cream colors or off-white from Premier Yarns. For the blanket that I was planning on making for Boggy Creek this year. Never did get around to it, so I will be doing that at a later date. I do have the one cake of the Bernat blanket ombre, so most likely that will be made into some kind of plushie. Now, this basket has a lot of Christmas yarns, and I have a small basket in the back that has Christmas yarns. So I basically need to take this and add those others back to it, where I'd started those squares that I was going to send to Billy, but Billy had enough squares for the year, so she didn't want any more. So I am just going to make a blanket and turn that into a blanket. So I just need to take that back with me. And that is the yarn that is up here, in the living room. So I'm going to take us back to the back room so you can see some of that yarn. And then I also have the cart that has all of the cakes that I've wound up. And yes, it's a mess. It's sitting next to my recycle inside boxes that I need to actually take to the recycle place. And yeah, so I have quite a bit of yarn to work through. Okay, so I've pulled this basket back here and I'm going to add these to it. This basket also has a lot of granny squares already made, but then I have some of the leftover yarns that I had available, so those will be combined together for that blanket. In this basket, I have a couple of blues, and I believe that's an Iran by a red heart, and then that purple is a Caron Simply Soft. So that most likely, my basket's falling out, that most likely will be made into hat for Operation Christmas Child. I have 4 of the Pioneer Women in this colorway. I have 2 of the, let me get that back there. I have 2 of the Raspberry Ganache Skinny Cakes in this section, and then 2 more next to it in that next section. So I have 4 Raspberry Ganache that I can work with. This is that spicy ombre. It's a Caron, not a 1-pounder anymore. And I have an orange by Red Heart. And then I have this Big Twist shimmer in the color Blush. That'll probably be made into a hat for Operation Christmas Child. I have in this 2 of the Hobby Lobby sugar wheels. And these are in the color of Citrus Parade. So I have 2 of those. And I have a Craft Smart in just white. This is a mix of, I think it's Cascade cotton. So, and I don't know what I'm going to make with that. That was just something that I had kept left over. And then I also have a 1 skein here of this Hobby Lobby in the color Cinnamon Cedar. It's a real pretty color. So that will be needing to be made into something. There are 3 bluebells in here, and there are 3 of the skeins of the Hobby Lobby camo blue stripe, or blue. And then this is the other of the sweet roll in the Blueberry Hill that needs to be added to the other that's up in the front room. So I will do that at a later date. There's nothing else in these other boxes or in that container or in this other than some tools. So yeah, I have quite a bit to work through, and I'm going to consider this the second tote that I start to work through once I get this first tote gone through. So hope you'll stay tuned as I work my way through these and start thinking of some projects to do with them. All right, guys. I'll see you guys soon. Hope you enjoyed this little tidbit. Bye for now. Remember, do something kind for somebody today.